Hello everyone, Scott here with another weekly news roundup of the short-term rental industry and some travel and tourism. And another week, another time Airbnb is stabbing its owners in the back. So as weekly, the Airbnb will announce something that stabs their loyal customers in the back and damages hosts. And this week is no different. In this article, they're claiming we support legislation that regulates listings. And what we would like is the government to approve all listings. So you can get, if you ask the government for a number, they'll give you a number and approve. And if they don't want you, they won't approve you. But if you get that number, we'll list you. And we support that. We support the government giving, authority on individual units, whether they can be listed or not. So again, damaging hosts massively and damaging their own business. So Airbnb do these things regularly. They're very keen to jump into regulation. They volunteer for it. And if we think of businesses like Booking.com, they don't care about the 90-day rule. They do their thing. They're not overly concerned about government legislation in individual countries. They're there. And when regulation is forced upon them, they will follow it. But Airbnb seems to jump in and, try and be the teacher's pet. Now, that little smug face there from the co-founder, I think that tells a tale of everything that's going to be happening in the future. And I suspect, I'm going to say it here, they are going to do stuff like giving all your income to HMRC and open up everything for the government to poke in and know exactly what you're doing. So getting that support number from the government to get authority to list your property is just the start of this. I think they're just going to open up everything and the government will be able to go in and check, and HMRC can check what money you make, the government can check what guests you've had, anything. So I think Airbnb are definitely open to giving every single little bit of data to governments across the world at the detriment to hosts. So watch this space. We said it here and see if it happens. Next article, well, it's about the Portuguese tourists struggling to get back and, holidays wasted. Now, this was old news last week that the Portugal country get put into amber. But I'm saying it this week because that's actually quite good for our industry here in the UK, the staycation industry. Why? Well, people were desperate to go abroad. The government promised if you did this, you would get out. They've now delayed that. They've put things on the green list and then put them to the amber list. And lots of articles, lots of chat in the forums, lots of sentiment across the industry saying, well, why would I book a holiday? Because I'm nervous and anxious. And then to get there, and once I'm there, I'm happy. But then is it going to change and I need to come back? People are just going to stay in the UK, knowing that it's less likely to lose money, have their holidays disrupted, or needing to self-isolate. So as bad that is for people going to Portugal and beyond, I think it's safe to say we are going to get messed around with future lockdowns, future dates, future tier changes, and green, amber, red lists. So it's definitely going to force people, but probably force people to stay in the UK. And anyone within the industry in the UK, that is going to create demand and increase occupancy and push prices up. So that is good news. Bad news for international travel, good news for us in the holiday home industry. Next article, the Scottish Government are going to give staycationers rail passes. So that's quite good. When the government are funding the travel to get to your units, then that's quite good. Now, this is a Scottish Government. Don't know if we'll do it as a whole in the UK. We're a wee kind of communist country here and socialist, so we don't mind giving people stuff for free. But that is good for our industry because, let's get it back by 2020, 2023. So we're going to be banging out some rail passes to get people to come. So that is quite nice. That's quite a good thing. And don't know for the funding. Is it Scottish Lottery funding for that? Might have a look. But that's going to encourage people to definitely stay here. And will that come in England? Well, it seems like a good idea. It is from my point of view because it's our industry and it's increasing, demand for it and it's helping guests get there. So it's creating the guest experience a little bit more because they're paying less for travel or they're getting it subsidised. So I think that's quite nice. I quite like that. Don't know where the funding's coming from, but good for our industry. As always, I'll finish on a nice, funny story here. And apparently, because strip clubs are shut down and not able to open, strippers are going to hotels and Airbnb units. And I say Airbnb units because the media, the governments, local authorities, they don't understand the short-term lettings. It's all Airbnb. Everything's Airbnb. There is no other things that happens. It's simply Airbnb, and it's a catch-all term for everything. But apparently somebody's said here, and they've been screenshotting it apparently, where people have been asking strippers to go to hotel rooms. But a little bit of investigation shows that, yes, strippers cannot go to work. Strippers are quite entrepreneurial, apparently, and are just simply doing some private showings or whatever they call it, pole dances, lap dances, whatever, in Airbnb units. So entrepreneurial, they're paying the bills, they've got bills to pay like everybody else. So do I condone them for it? I've never been to a stripper, so I don't know the ins and outs of it, don't know quite what's involved. There'll be stripping involved, and dancing and lap dances. What else comes out of that, I don't know, but perhaps keep an eye out in your property for strippers arriving. They should be reasonably easy to spot. So that is a bit of fun where this has definitely happened. Strippers are hitting up your holiday home properties, and yeah, people are getting caught out for it. So definitely, we always vet guests here at Pillow, and owners should always vet guests, and they might check out, but they might be who they say they are. But yeah, you might have some strippers arriving and some carnage ensuing. So that's this week's news. See you next week.